I hold my wife's ultrasound photo in one hand and her lover's DNA test in the other. The due date matches their hotel weekend perfectly. My mother-in-law had planned it all. That's where this ends. But let me tell you where it starts. It's our 5th anniversary. March 17th, 7:15 in the morning, and I'm making Emma's favorite breakfast. Blueberry pancakes with the real maple syrup we save for special occasions. The kitchen smells like butter and promises we made when we were younger. There's our wedding photo on the fridge, held up by a magnet shaped like the Eiffel Tower from our honeymoon. We look so sure in that picture. 27 years old, standing in front of everyone we loved, saying words we meant. We don't leave, I'd written in my vows. We don't quit. We fight for us. Emma comes down the stairs in my old college sweatshirt, hair in a messy bun, and I think, like I've thought every morning for 5 years, I'm the luckiest man alive. Happy anniversary, babe, I say, sliding a plate across the counter. She smiles, but it doesn't reach her eyes. Thanks, Jake. Her phone buzzes on the counter. Once, twice, 3 times in 30 seconds. I flip another pancake. Popular this morning? Just work stuff. She picks up the phone too fast, angles it away from me. I catch the name on the screen anyway. Marcus, thinking of you. Who the hell is Marcus? I don't ask. Not yet. Maybe I should have. Maybe if I'd asked right then, standing in our kitchen with pancakes burning on the griddle, everything would have been different. But I don't ask because I'm supposed to trust her. Because married people don't interrogate each other over text messages. Because the alternative, the possibility scratching at the back of my brain, is too big to fit in our small kitchen on a Tuesday morning. So I plate the pancakes. We eat. She tells me about a project deadline. I tell her about the Boeing contract presentation I just finished in Seattle. We're doing what couples do, filling space with words that don't mean anything while the real conversation happens in silence. Her phone buzzes again. I should grab a quick shower, she says, standing up. Can you clean up? Sure. She leaves her phone on the counter. I stare at it for 30 seconds, maybe 40. The screen is dark, locked, private. I've never looked at Emma's phone without permission. In 5 years of marriage, I've never had a reason to. The screen lights up with another message. I can see it from where I'm standing. Can't wait for this weekend. Patricia confirmed everything. Patricia, that's Emma's mother. If you've ever felt something was wrong but couldn't name it, like your gut knew before your brain did, you know this feeling. It's not jealousy yet, not anger, just this sick certainty that the world is tilting and you're about to fall off. I pick up the phone. My hand is shaking. I know her passcode. It's our wedding date. She's never changed it. That should mean something, right? That should mean I'm crazy for even thinking. The phone unlocks. I open her messages. There's a thread with someone named Marcus. 347 messages. The most recent is from 2 minutes ago. I scroll up. My coffee is getting cold. I can hear the shower running upstairs. I have maybe 8 minutes before she comes back down. The messages start 4 months ago. Marcus, your mom gave me your number. She thought we should talk. Emma, this is weird, but okay, hi. They talk about work, about movies, about nothing. Normal conversation. Then 6 weeks later, Marcus, I know this is crazy, but I can't stop thinking about you. Emma, I'm married. Marcus, your mom said you two are having problems. We weren't having problems. We weren't having any problems. I scroll faster. My hands are sweating. The phone is slipping in my grip. Emma, maybe we could meet for coffee. Just coffee. That was 3 months ago. I remember that day. She'd said she was meeting her college roommate. I'd been happy she was reconnecting with old friends. I keep scrolling. Coffee becomes lunch. Lunch becomes dinner. Dinner becomes... Marcus, this weekend, the Rosewood Hotel. Let me take care of everything. Emma, I can't. Jake will... Marcus, your mom said he's traveling for work. Seattle, right? I was in Seattle. Boeing presentation. 3 days. I'd called Emma every night from the hotel room. She'd said she was home watching Netflix, eating leftover Thai food, missing me. The next message is a forwarded hotel confirmation. March 1st through March 3rd, King Suite, 2 guests. I checked the dates against the calendar in my head. 8 weeks ago, exactly 8 weeks. Try what again? The shower stops. I screenshot everything, my hands moving on autopilot, my brain somewhere else, somewhere cold and mechanical. I send the screenshots to my email. I put the phone back exactly where Emma left it, screen down next to her coffee mug with the chip in the handle that she refuses to throw away because I gave it to her on our first date. I'm washing dishes when she comes back down, hair wet, wearing jeans and a sweater I bought her for Christmas. She smells like the lavender body wash we get from Target. Everything is normal. Everything is ending. "You okay?" she asks. "You look pale." "Just tired. Big week." She kisses my cheek. Her lips are cold, or maybe I am. "I have something to tell you later," she says. "Something good, something that changes everything." My stomach drops. "Can't wait," I manage. She leaves for work. I watch her car pull out of the driveway. I watch until I can't see her taillights anymore. Then I sit down at the kitchen table and open my email. The screenshots are there, evidence of something I don't want to be real. I count backwards from today, 8 weeks. I do the math 3 times because math doesn't lie, even when you want it to. 8 weeks ago, I was in Seattle presenting to Boeing executives about aviation software integration. Emma was supposed to be home. She wasn't. She comes home at 5:30, right on time, like always. She's carrying a small white envelope, the kind you get from doctor's offices. She's smiling so wide, it looks like her face might break. "Jake, sit down." I sit. The kitchen chair is the same one I was sitting in this morning, but it feels different now. Everything feels different. "I have news," she says. She's practically vibrating. "Amazing news." She opens the envelope, pulls out a black and white photo, hands it to me. It's an ultrasound, the kind where the baby looks like a kidney bean floating in space. There's a date stamp in the corner, March 17th. Today. And measurements, 8 weeks, 3 days. "We're having a baby." Her eyes are shining. "I'm pregnant. I took 3 tests and they were all positive, and then I went to the doctor this morning and Jake, we're going to be parents." I look at the ultrasound, at the date, at the tiny bean that's supposed to be my child. I look at the calendar on the wall behind Emma's head. The Boeing trip is marked in red pen. March the 1st through 3rd, Seattle. 8 weeks ago, I was in Seattle. Emma was at the Rosewood Hotel with Marcus, with champagne and a king suite and her mother's blessing. 8 weeks ago, I was presenting to Boeing in Seattle. Emma told me she had a girls' spa weekend. I look at Emma. She's glowing. She's waiting for me to say something, to pick her up and spin her around like they do in movies when people find out they're going to be parents. A piece of paper falls from her purse onto the floor. She doesn't notice. I do. It's a receipt. Hotel room service, the Rosewood, King Suite 347, date March 2nd, charges champagne, strawberries, chocolate-covered roses. I pick it up. My hand isn't shaking anymore. It's completely steady. "What's this?" I ask. Emma's face changes. The glow disappears. She reaches for the receipt, but I pull it back. "Jake, what is this, Emma?" "It's nothing. It's a hotel receipt for March 2nd, the Rosewood." I look at her, really look at her. "I was in Seattle on March 2nd. Where were you?" She's not glowing anymore. She's calculating. I can see her mind working, trying to figure out what I know, what I don't know, what she can still salvage. "We're having a baby," she says. It's not an answer. It's a deflection. 8 weeks pregnant. I put the ultrasound and the receipt side by side on the kitchen table. 8 weeks ago, I was presenting to Boeing. 8 weeks ago, you were... Jake, you're being paranoid. But she's not looking at me. She's looking at her phone on the counter. The same phone I unlocked this morning with our wedding date. The phone with 347 messages to someone named Marcus. Messages her mother helped arrange. Who's Marcus? Her face goes white. You went through my phone. It's not denial. It's accusation. Like I'm the one who did something wrong. Like privacy is the issue here, not the 8-week-old fetus that can't possibly be mine. Yes, I say. I went through your phone, and I found Marcus, and your mother, and 7 weekends at hotels while I was traveling for work, and this. I tapped the ultrasound. This baby that was conceived exactly when you were at the Rosewood with a man I've never heard of. You're crazy, Emma says, but her voice is shaking. You're paranoid and you're ruining... I saw the messages, Emma, all of them. The hotel confirmations, your mother setting you up. Patricia confirmed everything. Everything what? What did your mother confirm? She opens her mouth, closes it, opens it again. It's not what you think. Then tell me what it is. Silence. The refrigerator hums. Somewhere outside, a dog barks. Normal sounds in a world that just stopped being normal. Are you sleeping with him? I ask. With Marcus? Jake? Are you? It's complicated. I laugh. It comes out broken. Complicated, right. So that's a yes. You don't understand. Then make me understand. My voice is louder than I mean it to be. The neighbor's probably hearing this. Mrs. Chen next door, who always waves when she sees us together, who thinks we're the perfect couple. She's probably pressing her ear to the wall right now, listening to the perfect couple fall apart. Emma's crying now. I didn't mean for this to happen. Mom thought Marcus would be better for me, for us, for the future. Better than me. She just wanted me to have options. Options. I taste the word. It's bitter. That's what you call it? Options? I never stopped loving you, Jake. You just started fucking someone else. She flinches. Good. She should flinch. It was only a few times, she whispers. It was a mistake. A few times, 7 weekends, 7 hotels. I pull out my phone, open my email, show her the screenshots. 347 messages. Which number is the mistake, Emma? All of them? Or just the one where you sent him a photo of our bed? Her face crumbles, but I'm not done. Is it his? I point to the ultrasound. The baby. Is it his? I don't know. 3 words. I don't know. They're the truth, finally, and they're worse than any lie. You don't know, I repeat. You don't know if the baby you just told me we're having is mine or your boyfriend's. The boyfriend your mother set you up with. Jake, please. Get out. This is my house too. Then I'll leave. I grab my keys, my wallet. I'm moving on autopilot again. My body knows what to do, even though my brain is screaming. Jake, wait! She grabs my arm. We can figure this out. We can... Figure what out? Whether your baby is mine? Whether your mother gets to pick your next husband? Whether 7 is the right number of times to cheat before it's a deal breaker? You're being cruel. I'm being cruel. I stare at her. I've been faithful, Emma, for 5 years, for every day of our marriage, every business trip, every late night at the office, every woman who ever hit on me at a bar. I said no, because I made a promise, because we don't leave. I pull off my wedding ring, the one engraved with J.E., we don't leave, the one I've never taken off since she put it on my finger 5 years ago. There's a pale line underneath, a ghost of a promise. But that's the thing about we, I say. It only works when both people mean it. I put the ring on the table next to the ultrasound, next to the hotel receipt, next to the evidence of everything we just lost. You're crazy, Emma says again. You're paranoid. None of this is what you think. But she's not looking at me. She's looking at her phone. She's calculating how to spin this, what to tell Marcus, what to tell her mother. She's not looking at me at all. So I leave. I drive to my parents' house, but I don't go in. I sit in the driveway for 20 minutes, engine off, hands on the wheel. My phone rings 6 times. Emma, 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 Emma. Unknown number. Emma, I don't answer. Instead, I drive to Patricia's house, Emma's mother, the woman who gave me a bottle of scotch on my wedding day and said, "Welcome to the family, son." The woman who planned my wife's affair like she was planning a dinner party. Patricia answers the door in a cream cardigan and pearl earrings. She's holding a teacup, actual china, the kind my grandmother used for special occasions. "Jake, what a surprise." "We need to talk." "Emma called. She's very upset. She says you're being unreasonable." "Unreasonable." I push past her into the foyer. Emma's father is sitting in the living room, newspaper open, glasses on. He doesn't look up. He never looks up. "Patricia, who is Marcus?" She sips her tea. Calm, completely calm. "Marcus Whitfield, lovely young man, MBA from Stanford, VP at his father's investment firm. He goes to our church." "And you set him up with your married daughter." "I introduced them, yes." "Why?" She sets down her teacup. The sound is delicate, a tiny click of china on saucer. "Because Emma deserves better." The words hang there, simple, brutal. Better than me. "Jake, you're a nice man." "You are, but you're a software engineer. You make a comfortable living." "Comfortable isn't exceptional. Marcus has real prospects, real connections. Emma could have a different life." "She has a life. With me. We made vows." "Vows?" Patricia smiles. It doesn't touch her eyes. "You know what I told Emma on her wedding day? I told her marriage is about options, about keeping doors open, about never settling for comfortable when you could have extraordinary." I stare at her. This woman who danced at our wedding, who hugged me and called me son, who planned my wife's adultery like she was booking a vacation. "You arranged the hotels." "I made suggestions. Emma made her own choices." "During my business trips, you tracked my travel schedule." "Emma mentioned when you'd be away. I simply helped her use her time wisely." From the living room, Emma's father coughs. Once, he still doesn't look up from his newspaper. "Does he know?" I ask, pointing. "Does your husband know what you did?" "Richard knows I want what's best for our daughter." Richard's newspaper rustles. That's all. Not a word, not a movement. Just the whisper of paper in a silent room. "Where's your planner?" I ask. Patricia's smile flickers. "Excuse me?" "The leather planner on your desk, the one you write everything in, every appointment, every plan. I want to see it." "I don't see how that's..." "Show me the planner, Patricia, or I'll tell everyone at your church exactly what you did, starting with Pastor Williams." Her face goes tight. She walks to her desk, pulls out a leather-bound planner, monogrammed, PJH, Patricia Jean Harris. She hands it to me like she's doing me a favor. I flip through the pages. February, March, April. There, in perfect cursive blue ink, E plus M. Weekend 1, introduction, E plus M. Weekend 2, dinner, E plus M. Weekend 3, ovulation window. Written right there like she was breeding dogs. "You timed it," I say. My voice sounds far away. "You timed Emma's affair to her fertility cycle." "I was being practical." "You were manufacturing a baby." "I was giving Emma options." She takes back the planner, closes it. "And it worked, didn't it? She's pregnant. The child will have Marcus's genetics, his intelligence, his prospects. You could still be the father, the one who raises it. Everyone wins." "Everyone wins." I look at Richard, still hidden behind his newspaper. "You hear your wife? Everyone wins." The newspaper doesn't move. I take out my phone, photograph the planner page before Patricia can stop me. She lunges for my phone, but I step back. That's private property. So is my marriage. Or it was. I walk to the door, turn back. "Tell Emma I'll talk when I'm ready, not before." Patricia straightens her cardigan, picks up her teacup, the perfect hostess, even now. "You'll regret this, Jake. Walking away from a child, from family. People will judge you." "Let them." I leave. Behind me, I hear china clinking. Patricia pouring more tea. Business as usual, like she just watered the garden. I drive to my parents' house, actually go inside this time. Mom's in the kitchen making soup. She takes one look at my face and doesn't ask questions, just pulls out a chair. Sit. I sit. Dad's at work. It's just us, Mom and me, and the smell of chicken broth and the sound of a wooden spoon against a pot. Emma's pregnant, I say. Mom's hand stops stirring. Oh, honey, It's not mine. The spoon clatters against the pot. Mom turns off the stove, sits down across from me. I tell her everything, the texts, the hotels, Patricia's planner with ovulation windows marked like appointments, the ultrasound with dates that don't lie. Mom listens, doesn't interrupt. When I'm done, she gets up, leaves the room, comes back with a leather journal, old, worn, my handwriting on the cover, Jake and Emma, May 14th, 2019. You left this here, she says, after the wedding. Said you'd pick it up, but you never did. I haven't seen this journal in 5 years. I open it. There, in my handwriting, younger, messier, more certain, are the vows I wrote. I promise we don't leave, not when it's hard, not when it hurts, not when it's easier to run, because we are the people who stay, because we means something, because I choose you, Emma, every single day for the rest of my life. My handwriting looks so young, so sure. Here's the question I couldn't answer. Have you ever made a promise you didn't know how to keep? Yes or no? Drop your answer below. I meant it, I say. Every word. I know you did. So what does it mean if I leave now? Am I breaking my promise? Am I giving up? Mom puts her hand over mine. Her fingers are warm from the soup pot. Jake, you wrote, we are the people who stay. We, both of you. Is Emma staying? I look at the journal, at the vows I wrote when I believed in forever. No, I say, she already left. Mom squeezes my hand. Then you're not breaking a promise. You're honoring it, because we only exist when both people mean it. I close the journal. The pages smell like the cologne I wore that day, cedar and hope. Everything I was 5 years ago. Was there still a we? I spend the night at my parents' house, in my childhood bedroom with my high school track trophies and a poster of the solar system I never took down. I don't sleep. I lie awake making lists. Things I know. Emma had an affair. Her mother planned it. The baby might not be mine. My wedding vows said we don't leave things I don't know. If I'm allowed to leave when someone already left me first, what happens next? Who I am, if I'm not Emma's husband. At 3 a.m., I get up, open my laptop, start looking. Credit card statements, our joint account. I have every right to see them. My name is on the account. But it feels like spying, like becoming someone I don't want to be. I look anyway. Hotel charges, 7 of them spread across 4 months. The Rosewood, the Grand Hyatt, the Ritz-Carlton, each one during a business trip of mine, each one charged to our shared card. I'd seen the statements every month, never questioned them. Emma handled the bills. I trusted her. Comfortable isn't exceptional, Patricia had said. These hotels? These weren't comfortable. These were luxury, 5-star. The kind of places you take someone you want to impress. I keep scrolling. January 15th, the Grand Hyatt, $840 some hours. That was during my Austin trip, software conference. February 8th, the Rosewood, pounds $240. Portland, client meeting, March 2nd, the Ritz-Carlton, £1, $680. Seattle, Boeing presentation, and then I see it, March 15th, the Four Seasons, $2,100. Room service charge breakdown, champagne, Dom Perignon, chocolate-covered strawberries, long-stem roses, March 15th, my birthday. I was at my father's funeral. My dad died March 13th, heart attack, sudden. Emma had held my hand at the service, told me she loved me, told me we'd get through it together. 2 days later, she was at the Four Seasons with Marcus, drinking champagne. While I was sitting in my childhood bedroom, going through my father's belongings, crying into my mother's shoulder. 7 weekends, 7 hotels. But this one This one broke me. I call my lawyer at 8 a.m. Brian, good guy, handled our house purchase. He answers on the second ring. Jake, it's early. I need a divorce attorney. Silence. Then, okay, tell me what happened. I tell him the affair, the pregnancy, Patricia, the hotels, the champagne on my birthday while my father was 3 days dead. Jesus, Brian says. Okay, first thing, you need a paternity test. Before you sign anything, before you make any legal commitments regarding this child, you need to establish whether you're the biological father. The timeline doesn't match. Doesn't matter. You need proof, documentation. This isn't about what you know. It's about what you can prove in court. She's going to fight me on this. Let her. Jake, if this baby isn't yours, you have no legal obligation to support it. But if Emma can establish paternity presumption, meaning you're married when the child is born, you could be on the hook for child support even if you're not the biological father. That's insane. That's family law. So we test, we document, we protect you. What about Emma? What happens to her? That's not your problem anymore. But it is. That's the thing. 5 years of marriage doesn't just evaporate. I still know how she takes her coffee. I still know she's afraid of thunderstorms. I still know that when she's stressed, she chews her left thumbnail until it bleeds. I still know her, even though I don't know her at all. Send me the paperwork, I say. You sure you want to do this? Marriage counseling? Trial separation? She's pregnant with another man's baby. Her mother planned it. There's no counseling for that. Okay, I'll send the divorce petition. And Jake? Document everything. Save every text, every email, every receipt. If this gets ugly, and it probably will, you want evidence. I hang up. Look at my laptop screen. 7 hotel receipts. Patricia's planner photo. 347 text messages. The ultrasound with impossible dates. I have evidence. What I don't have is a wife. Emma comes to my parents' house that night. Mom answers the door. He doesn't want to see you, Mom says, firm, protective. Please, I need to talk to him. I hear Emma's voice from upstairs. I should stay up here. Let Mom send her away. But I don't. I come down. Emma's on the porch. No makeup, eyes red. She's wearing my college sweatshirt again, the one she wore on our anniversary morning 1,000 years ago. Can we talk? She asks. Talk. Not here, please. Can we go somewhere? Against my better judgment, I follow her to her car. We drive to a coffee shop, public, witnesses, safe. We sit at a corner table. Emma's hands are shaking. She orders tea, doesn't drink it. I'm sorry, she says. Jake, I'm so sorry. I messed up. I messed everything up. You slept with Marcus? Yes. Multiple times? Yes. On my birthday, while my dad was... I stop. Can't finish. She's crying. I know. There's no excuse. I was confused. Mom kept saying, your mother doesn't get to be the excuse, Emma. You made the choices. You booked the hotels. You slept with him. You. I know. Is the baby his? I don't know. It could be. The timing, it's possible it's yours too. We were still... Once. I cut her off. We had sex once in February. Once in 3 months because you were tired and stressed and not in the mood. Meanwhile, you were spending weekends in 5-star hotels with Marcus. She flinches. I still love you. Do you? Really? Or do you love the idea of me? The backup plan? The comfortable option? That's not fair. Your mother said I'm comfortable, not exceptional. Is that what you think too? Emma looks down at her tea. Doesn't answer. Her friend Sarah calls. Emma puts her on speaker. Emma, honey, is Jake there? Sarah's voice is gentle, careful. I'm here, I say. Jake, I know this is hard, but Emma made a mistake. People make mistakes. The baby might not be mine, but it could be. And even if it's not, biologically, you could still be the father. You could still raise this child. Biology doesn't have to matter. I look at Emma. Is that what you want? You want me to pretend? Not pretend. Just, you could still be the father. We could still be a family. You can still be the father. Biology doesn't matter, Emma says. Her voice is desperate, pleading. I look at her, really look at her, this woman I married, this woman I thought I knew. Then why did you need better biology? I ask. If biology doesn't matter, why did your mother set you up with Marcus? Why did she write ovulation window in her planner? Why did you spend 7 weekends trying to get pregnant with someone else if biology doesn't matter? Emma opens her mouth, closes it. Nothing. Sarah's voice comes through the phone. Jake, you're being cruel. No, I say, I'm being clear. Biology matters to Patricia. It matters to Emma. It only stops mattering when it's convenient for me to raise someone else's kid. I stand up. Emma grabs my hand. Please, please don't leave. We don't leave, remember? You said that. You promised that. I promised we, both of us. Are you staying, Emma? Are you staying faithful? Are you staying honest? Or are you just staying because Marcus doesn't want to play house with his affair baby? Her face crumbles. That's my answer. I pull my hand away. Walk out of the coffee shop. Leave Emma crying into her cold tea. So tell me, is we don't leave a boundary or a prison? Comment B for boundary, P for prison. I want to know what you think. 3 days later, I get a call from an unknown number. Jake Thompson? Yeah. This is Marcus Whitfield. Can we meet? I should say no. I should block the number. I should never speak to this man who slept with my wife, who might be the father of her baby, who has an MBA from Stanford and real prospects and everything Patricia thinks I don't have. Instead, I say, when? We meet at a Starbucks, neutral ground. He's taller than I expected, better looking, wearing a suit that costs more than my car payment. I hate him immediately. Then he sits down and I see his face. He looks like I feel. Thanks for meeting me, Marcus says. Why are you calling me? Because I didn't know. He pulls out his phone, shows me text from Patricia. Look at this. Look at what she told me. I read, Patricia to Marcus. Emma and her husband are separated. It's been difficult. Emma needs someone stable, someone with prospects. I think you two would be perfect together. She told me you were separated, Marcus says. She showed me photos of Emma's apartment, said she'd moved out, said you two were getting divorced but waiting to file for financial reasons. We lived together. We were happy. I know that now. Marcus runs his hand through his hair. Emma told me the same thing, said you two were done, just waiting for paperwork. I wouldn't have. I'm not that guy. I don't sleep with married women. But you did. Because I thought she was available. Patricia introduced us at church. She said Emma needed support during a difficult time. I thought I was helping. I thought. He stops. I was set up too. We sit in silence. 2 men, both played by the same woman. Patricia bought me an engagement ring, Marcus says, told me to propose after the baby was born, said Emma would say yes, said we'd be a perfect family. Did you want that? To marry Emma? I thought I did. Then I found out she's still married, still living with you, still wearing her wedding ring in photos she didn't show me. He pulls something from his pocket, a small velvet box, opens it, diamond ring, expensive. I was going to propose next month, then I got your wife's confession text at 2 a.m. 3 days ago. What did it say? That she lied, that you exist, that she's sorry. Marcus closes the ring box. I feel like an idiot. Join the club. I didn't know, man. I swear to God, I didn't know you existed. And I believe him. I don't want to. I want Marcus to be the villain, the home wrecker, the one I can hate, but he's just another person Patricia used like a chess piece. What now? Marcus asks. Paternity test. Find out whose baby it is. And then I divorce my wife. And you decide if you want to be a father. Marcus nods. For what it's worth. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wreck your life. You didn't. Patricia did. Emma did. You were just there. We shake hands. Two men, no anger between us, no violence, just shared understanding. We'd both been Patricia's pawns. The genetic testing clinic is sterile. White walls, fluorescent lights, pamphlets about paternity and family planning and DNA accuracy rates. The technician is professional, detached. She hands me forms. You understand that this test will determine biological paternity? Yes. And you understand that if you're not the biological father, you have no legal obligation to the child? Yes. Results in 48 hours. She swabs the inside of my cheek. Quick, simple, done. I walk out holding a copy of the consent form. Results in 48 hours, 2 days, 48 hours until I know for certain what I already know in my bones. I don't hope for positive. I don't hope for negative. I just hope for done. If you've ever had to grieve something that never existed, a future you'd already imagined, you know this pain. Drop a if you've been here. I sit in my car in the clinic parking lot. I should drive somewhere, go back to my parents' house, call Brian the lawyer, do something productive. Instead, I sit and I think about the baby, the one that might not be mine, the one I spent 3 days imagining, teaching to ride a bike, helping with homework, walking to school. That baby doesn't exist, maybe never will, but I'm mourning it anyway. I'm not mourning Emma. I'm mourning the future I invented. 48 hours, 2 days until I know for certain, 2 days until everything changes, or maybe it already has. 48 hours feels like 48 years. I don't go back to the house. Can't. Emma calls 17 times the first day, 12 times the second day. I don't answer. What's left to say? My best friend David brings me takeout, sits with me, doesn't try to fix anything, just sits. That's what good friends do. They show up, they stay. On the second day at 2 p.m., my phone rings. Unknown number. The clinic. I'm in my car, parked outside a park where I used to run. There are kids on the playground, parents watching. Normal people living normal lives where paternity tests aren't necessary and mothers-in-law don't plan affairs like business transactions. I answer on the fourth ring. Mr. Thompson, this is Valley Genetics. Your results are ready. Would you like them over the phone or would you prefer to come in? Phone. One moment. Papers rustling. Professional. Detached. To her, this is Tuesday. To Mia, this is everything. Mr. Thompson, the DNA analysis is complete. Comparing your genetic markers to the fetal DNA provided by Emma Thompson, probability of paternity is 0%. 0%, not 5%, not 1%, not even a decimal point's worth of maybe 0. Mr. Thompson, are you there? I'm here. I'm emailing you the full report. If you have questions, I don't. Thank you. I hang up. The email arrives 30 seconds later. I open it. 3 pages of genetic markers, chromosomes, numbers, science that doesn't lie. At the bottom, in bold, probability of paternity, 0.0%. I'd known. Of course I'd known. The math was impossible. 8 weeks pregnant, 8 weeks ago in Seattle. Hotel receipts that told the truth even when Emma didn't. But knowing and seeing are different kinds of death. I pull out my wallet. Inside, folded small, is the ultrasound photo. I've carried it for 6 days. Not because I thought the baby was mine, but because for 72 hours after Emma's announcement, I'd let myself imagine. Being someone's dad, coaching soccer, reading bedtime stories, being called Papa. That's what I'm mourning, not Emma, not even the baby. The future I'd invented in 3 days before the math caught up. I take the ultrasound photo, get out of the car, walk to a trash can by the playground. A little girl runs past me, maybe 4 years old, screaming with joy. Her dad's chasing her. He catches her, swings her up. She shrieks with laughter. I throw away the ultrasound. Then I get back in my car, take off my wedding ring. 5 years I've worn this ring. Never removed it. Not in the shower, not at the gym, not when I was installing servers in 100-degree server rooms, not when a woman at a conference in Chicago bought me a drink and asked if I was married. I'd shown her the ring, said, "Very." I'd meant it. The ring slides off, easier than I expected. It leaves a pale line, a ghost of a promise. I set it on the dashboard. The engraving catches the light. G, we don't leave, but we is already gone. 5 seconds of silence, just me and the ring and the white line on my finger where 5 years used to be. Then I call Brian. "It's not mine," I say. "I'm 0%. I have the report." "Okay." Brian's voice is steady, lawyer mode. "That changes everything. You have no legal obligation to this child. We file for divorce immediately, cite adultery, attach the DNA evidence. You're protected." "What happens to Emma?" "She'll contest. She'll say you agreed to reconcile. She'll claim you knew about the affair and forgave it. Her lawyer will make you look like the bad guy for abandoning a pregnant woman." Let them. "Jake, this is going to get ugly, public. People are going to have opinions." "Let them have opinions. I have evidence." "Good man. I'll draft the petition today." 1 week later, I'm sitting in Brian's office. Emma's across from me with her lawyer, a woman named Jennifer Sharp, who looks like she enjoys destroying men in court. "My client is willing to withdraw the petition for spousal support," Jennifer says, "if your client agrees to maintain insurance coverage for the child and contribute to..." "No," Brian says. "Excuse me?" "No, my client has zero biological connection to this child. He has zero legal obligation. He will provide zero support." Jennifer's face hardens. "Your client married Emma. He knew about the pregnancy. He engaged in conversations about parenting. That establishes intent. His wife committed adultery multiple times with full knowledge. The affair was orchestrated by Emma's mother. My client has documented evidence, hotel receipts, text messages, calendar entries showing Emma's mother tracking his business travel to facilitate the affair." Brian slides a folder across the table, including this: Emma's mother writing ovulation window in her planner to time the conception. Jennifer opens the folder, reads. Her expression doesn't change, but I see her swallow. This doesn't change the fact that Emma is pregnant and vulnerable. Emma is pregnant with her lover's child, a lover her mother selected and introduced. My client was the victim of a calculated deception. He owes nothing. He led her on by staying married. Jennifer tries. Brian doesn't blink. He stayed faithful. She didn't. Emma speaks for the first time. "Jake, please, I know I hurt you, but the baby isn't mine." My voice is calm, flat. 0% probability. It's in the report. You know whose baby it is, Emma. Call Marcus. "He doesn't want anything to do with me, with us." "That's not my problem." "How can you be so cold?" I look at her, really look at her. This woman I married, who I thought I'd grow old with, who I'd have died for 6 weeks ago. "You want to talk about cold? Let's talk about March 15th, my birthday, 2 days after I buried my father. Where were you, Emma?" She looks down. "You were at the Four Seasons, with Marcus, drinking Dom Perignon, while I was at my mother's house, going through my dad's belongings, crying. I'm sorry. You charged it to our joint credit card, $1,700, champagne and roses and chocolate strawberries, on my birthday." Jennifer tries to interrupt. "Mr. Thompson, this is relevant. It's all relevant. Because Emma wants me to forgive, to understand, to raise another man's baby. But she can't even tell me why she drank champagne while my father was 3 days dead." Silence. The mediator clears his throat. "Perhaps we should take a break." "No." I pull out my leather journal, the one with my wedding vows. "Emma, you remember this?" She nods. "You remember what I wrote? We don't leave. We don't quit. We fight for us." I meant every word. But you know what else I wrote? We. Both of us. Together. I close the journal. "You left first, Emma. When you booked that first hotel, when you lied about your girl's spa weekend, when you let your mother plan your affair like a dinner party, you already left. I'm just closing the door you walked out of 4 months ago. Emma's crying. Jennifer hands her tissues, keeps her professional face on. So here's what's going to happen, Brian says. You're going to sign the divorce petition. You're going to acknowledge that the pregnancy resulted from an extramarital affair. You're going to waive any claims to spousal support or child support from my client. In return, we won't contest the timeline or division of assets. You keep the house. Jake takes his retirement account, clean split. And if I don't? Emma asks. Brian smiles. It's not friendly. Then we go to court. We present all of this, the hotels, your mother's planner, the texts, the timeline. We depose Patricia, we depose Marcus, we make it very, very public, and you lose anyway, plus legal fees. Jennifer whispers to Emma, long conversation. Emma's crying harder now. Finally, Emma nods. We'll sign, Jennifer says. 3 weeks later, I'm standing on the courthouse steps. Divorce finalized. Papers signed. 5 years over in 90 days. I'm not alone. David's with me, my mom, Brian, and Patricia. She's coming out of the courthouse. She's been inside. Emma tried to get her to testify about my controlling behavior. Patricia had shown up in pearls and a cream suit, ready to destroy me. Then Emma's father showed up. Richard, silent Richard, who hasn't spoken at Emma's wedding, who hid behind his newspaper while his wife planned our lives like chess moves. Richard showed up with a folder. Patricia sees me, smiles, tight, controlled. You destroyed your daughter's life, I say, not yelling, just stating fact. I gave her options. You gave her nothing. You took everything from her marriage, her self-respect, her ability to trust herself. She'll be fine. Emma's always been resilient. Because she's had to be. Because she has a mother who treats people like investments. Patricia's smile doesn't crack. You're bitter. Understandable. But Emma will move on. She'll find someone better. Someone exceptional, I finish. Someone with real prospects. How'd that work out? Marcus doesn't want her. I don't want her. And she's about to be a single mother because you couldn't let her be happy with comfortable. I was protecting my daughter. You were living through her. Patricia's smile finally fades. Then Richard appears, walks right past his wife, hands something to Brian. For the court record, Richard says. His voice is quiet, rusty, like he hasn't used it in years. Brian opens the folder, reads. His eyebrows go up. What is that? Patricia demands. Richard looks at her, finally looks at her. This is the affair you arranged for yourself. 30 years ago. The man you chose because he had better prospects than me. The man you left me for 3 months before he got bored and moved on. The man you came crawling back from, expecting me to forgive and forget. Patricia's face goes white. Emma is following your pattern. Richard continues. Your pattern of never being satisfied, of always looking for better, of destroying good things because good isn't perfect. I stayed silent. For 30 years I stayed silent. Jake doesn't have to. He hands another document to Brian. That's my testimony. I'm filing for divorce too. I should have done it 30 years ago. Richard walks away, down the courthouse steps, doesn't look back. Patricia stands frozen, her perfect facade cracking. For the first time since I've known her, she has nothing to say. Patricia, I say. She looks at me. You didn't destroy my life. You freed me from someone who was never really there. So thank you. I walk away, leave her standing on the courthouse steps, leave her with her empty options and her china teacup and her daughter who learned all the wrong lessons. I don't look back. 1 year later, I wake up in my new apartment. Sunrise coming through windows I picked out myself. The place is smaller than the house I shared with Emma, but it's mine. Every piece of furniture, every dish, every decision. There's a framed photo on the kitchen counter. Not my wedding photo. That's long gone. Donated to Goodwill with the ring. This photo is different. It's from Thanksgiving. David's house. David and his wife and their kids. My mom. My nephew Tyler. Me. Chosen family. The people who stayed. Tyler's coming over this morning. He's 7. Smart kid. Asks questions about everything. His dad, my brother, is deployed overseas. Marines. So I've been stepping in. Homework help. Soccer practice. Teaching him things his dad would teach him if he could. Today I'm teaching him to ride a bike. Tyler arrives at 8 a.m., bouncing with excitement. He's brought his bike, training wheels still on. Uncle Jake, today's the day, right? Today we take them off? Today we take them off. We walk to the park. The same park where I sat in my car a year ago, throwing away an ultrasound photo. It looks different now, brighter. The playground is full of kids, parents, life. I pull out a wrench. Tyler watches, serious, as I remove the training wheels. What if I fall? He asks. You probably will. Falling is part of learning. Did you fall? Every time, until I didn't. I hold the back of his seat. I've got you. I won't let go until you're ready. Promise? Promise. Tyler starts pedaling, wobbly, uncertain. I'm running beside him, hand on the seat, keeping him steady. You got it. Keep pedaling. Don't let go. I won't. Not until you're ready. We make it halfway across the park. Tyler's gaining confidence, pedaling faster. Uncle Jake? Yeah, buddy. Are you going to leave like Dad had to leave? My hand is still on his seat, keeping him upright. No, Ty. I'm not leaving. Your dad had to go for work, for something important, but I'm staying right here. Mom says you had a bad time, that your wife left. Yeah, she did. Does that make you sad? Sometimes, but mostly it taught me something. What? That family isn't just the people you're born with. Family is the people who show up, the people who stay. Tyler pedals harder, more confident now. I'm staying too, he says. I'm not going anywhere. I know, bud. You can let go now. You sure? I got it. I let go. Tyler wobbles, catches himself, keeps pedaling. Faster now, on his own. He's flying. I'm doing it! Uncle Jake, I'm doing it! I'm standing in the middle of the park, watching my nephew ride his bike for the first time, and I'm smiling. Really smiling. For the first time in a year. That night, Tyler gives me a drawing, construction paper, waxy crayons, 2 stick figures holding hands, one tall, one small. Caption in red crayon, Uncle Jake Docent Leave. He misspelled it. Doesn't matter. I frame it. Hang it in my kitchen right next to the Thanksgiving photo. The next morning, I start a new journal, different from the wedding vows journal. Different leather, different color, different Jake. First entry. We don't leave, but we means people who stay. Both people. Together. Not obligation. Not prison. Choice. I choose my nephew. I choose David's family. I choose my mom. I choose the life I'm building, brick by brick, with people who know what showing up means. Emma didn't leave me. She freed me. To find the people who were always there. The people who never needed better prospects or exceptional promises. Just real ones. We don't leave. But we also don't stay where we're not wanted, where we're not chosen, where we're just the comfortable option. Some promises we keep by showing up differently, by learning what we really means, by teaching a kid to ride a bike, by framing crooked crayon drawings, by saying yes to people who say yes back. That's the promise I'm keeping now. This is my chosen family story. What's yours? Who stayed when blood didn't? Share below. I'm reading everyone. And if this story meant something to you, send it to someone who needs to hear. You're allowed to leave when someone already left you first. It's Sunday morning. I'm making blueberry pancakes, real maple syrup. The kitchen smells like butter and something better than promises, something like hope. David's family is coming over. Tyler's spending the day. Mom's bringing her famous potato salad. We're going to eat too much and laugh and maybe play cards, and it won't be perfect, but it'll be real. The wedding band is gone. Donated with a note. For someone whose we means something. The ultrasound photo is gone. Patricia's planner is evidence in a court case I'll never think about again. What I have instead, Tyler's drawing on my kitchen wall. A Thanksgiving photo. A new journal. A life I chose instead of one that chose me. The coffee maker beeps. I pour 2 cups, one for me, one for David, who's always early, always shows up, always stays. There's a knock at the door. I open it. David's standing there with his kids. Tyler's running up the stairs behind them. Morning, David says. You ready? I look at my kitchen, at the people filling it with noise and life and the kind of chaos that feels like home. Yeah, I say, I'm ready. Some promises we keep by showing up differently. By letting go of the people who left. By holding on to the ones who stayed. By learning that we isn't forever unless both people mean it. And when you find the people who mean it, who show up, who stay, who hold your bike seat until you're ready to fly, that's when you know. That's when you're home.